Adelante. Hi, Mr. Lopez. I'm Cassandra from the engineering department.
Hi. Here to apply for the electrical hardware engineering position.
Okay, Mr. Lopez, can you tell me a little about yourself?
Yeah, so I attended Harvard for 4 years, studied engineering 4 years. 4 years of English, 4 years of mathematics, algebra, and calculus. 3 years of science, master's in electrical engineering, and fluent in 4 languages.
Very impressive, Mr. Lopez. Now, for the last part of this interview, I would like to ask you, why should we hire you for this position?
I feel like I'm more suited for this job because of my general education, and I fight adversity due to my ethnical background, and I feel like we are underrepresented in the STEM field, and here I am today applying for this job.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Mr. Lopez. For the next step, we will review your application and we will call you in 2 business days.
Thank you for your time. See you guys later.
See you. Come in.
Hi, my name's Xavi Hernandez.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Xavi, like the soccer player?
Yeah, Xavi Hernandez,
Oh,
like
that's
the
nice.
Spanish soccer player, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Hernandez, could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
A little bit about myself. I went to university in Europe, got my bachelor's there in engineering. That's most of my school. I have parents that were both, in the upper class of people. Never really had any trouble getting into college or any racial problems or anything.
Did you ever go through any adversity?
No, not really. Like I said, my parents were both in the upper class. They were light-skinned people. So life was pretty smooth. It's been pretty smooth. So I'm here now trying to get into this company. And I feel like I've done enough.
Okay, well, for the next question, why should we hire you for this position?
Because obviously I went to school in Europe. I feel like I'd be suited well enough for this job, and I feel like I'm a really nice person. So, yeah, I feel like those are my qualifications enough.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chavi, for your time.
Thank you.
And I am pretty sure that we will give you a call back today.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Hello?
Hello, Mr. Lopez.
Yeah.
Hi. I thank you for your interest in our company. We have completed our interviewing process and we have offered this position to a different candidate who is better qualified for the position. So I wish you the best in your career.
No. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, have a nice day.
Thanks. You too.
The Mexican casta system was adopted by the Spanish Empire and was used to classify all the America's various racial categories in Spanish America between European, Indians, and Africans. These were the main 3 categories that break down into 16 distinct racial subcategories. These racial categories had legal and social consequences, since racial status was an organizing principle of Spanish colonial rule. It represented who had the economic privilege and political power. The church and government record of these times used over 100 different terms to describe different racial categories. The names Peninsular, Criollo, Indio, and Negro describe persons of pure racial ancestry, and names such as Mestizo, Mulatto, and Zambo, in addition to many other terms, describe the mixed blood children resulting from interracial unions.
Mestizos/mestizas had one Spanish and one Indian parent. The mixed children of subsequent generations who were both in wedlock generally assigned either Indian or Spanish identity, depending upon which culture they were based on, all raised in. Castizo slash castizas, one mestizo parent and one Spanish parent. Cholos slash cholas, one Indian parent and one mestizo parent. Cholos, also a word for coyote. Mulattos slash mulatas, had one Spanish and one black parent, in which the mulattos were born enslaved, they were born enslaved. They were born free, they were born free. If one parent was mulatto and one Spanish, the child was cuadron. Zambos slash zambas, one black and one Indian parent. Negros slash negras were persons of pure African ancestry. It was illegal to enslave Indians. Realistically, though, many Indians were forced to work church and government projects, but such were considered taxation.
Casta system was very complex and detailed. It determined how high in society one could go. One could not move up to a better casta. The Mexican casta system was abolished when Mexico became independent from Spain in 1821.